Welcome back to AthsTV. The weekend, the Jandakot Airport Track Classic in Western Australia. Perfect conditions, fast times. We've got two superstars at the desk. I'm Cam Luke. Firstly, Lynchy, welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
Superstar Luke Mathews, welcome to the desk.
Thanks for having me.
And 100-metre star PB over the weekend, Jack Hale, welcome.
Mate, good to be here.
Hey, we're going to start with you, Jack, because a 10:20 over the weekend, it was always going to be a fast time, and leading into it after what has been a pretty good summer so far, get out of the rain into some nice conditions would have been nice.
Oh, mate, always keen to get back to Perth, and we've obviously had the rainy conditions in Canberra and Sydney, so we knew the conditions were going to turn up, just had to execute, and I think I did all right.
As we have a look at the race there, talk us a little bit through it. Of course, as the year and the summer progresses and we lead into a big year towards World Championships later, when you're running this type of time at this time of the year, how much satisfaction does it give you?
I'm wrapped. I mean, it's confidence builder. It's good for my head. I mean, made the move to Melbourne about 18 months ago, and last season was good going to Com Games, and I think I ran a good relay leg there. But to now start to be running PBs again, it's nice. It's been, I think it was 33 months, so it was nice. Very good for my head.
The pressure build, of course, you know, there's a lot of pressure on Australian male sprinters in particular because we've been waiting a long time for one to explode again, and you for a long time have been in the headlines and we've spoken about you taking that next step. But when it's been a while since the PB, does the pressure build and build and build? And do you think about it much, and how do you deal with it?
It sucks. I mean, to not PB in that long, it's a killer. But I know, trusted the process over the past sort of 18 months when I made the move, and I have to back my coach Adam Larkin with everything, and we've done that, and it's really starting to pay off. But I suppose there's been guys like Trey Williams. He's 10-10, so he's really the guy out in front that we have to catch now.
Big shout out to Joel Embiid as well. Always good to get trusted process and NBA lingo with athletics as well, Lynchy.
Now, do you think that group that's been coming through, you're almost all within a year of each other, and has that helped you come through the stages now and just all these races? And obviously you're pretty friendly with a bit of banter going around. Do you reckon that gets you up for the races as well?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think back to that race in 2014. You got Trey, Rowan and myself there. We ran, I think, 10-1, 10-1, 10-3 for Trey. So all really come through the junior ranks together, and that's obviously shown with the good relay team that we had last year. We were all really coming together and helping each other out.
How did it feel when the clock said 10:19, which is Rowan's PB, and then it went up to 10:20?
No, mate, Rowan's PB is with a 0.1 tailwind, so I've got a bit of work to do there. So that's all right. We're going to face off for the first time in a while this week.
Well, he did his PB at Cusack in December at the end of, I think, 2017, so you're on the track this time. Yeah,
I mean, I was on the track last time and he beat me by about four metres. So I think we'll try and turn that around a little bit and, here for another PB this weekend.
Excellent.
We'll get back to Jack in a little bit. Luke, 800 metres, obviously a huge win on the weekend, but first time you've attacked the actual event for, well, it'll be almost 12 months now since Commonwealth Games. What was the feelings going into it?
First race in 11 months. So Com Games final was my last 800. Pretty intimidating, and a heck more intimidating when they go out, and I think it was 50.5 seconds, and I heard they requested 49.5 during the week. So.
Well, Lynchy said a 49 first lap
last
week.
So. They said it and they changed it to 50.5, and I think it was a 50.8 through there, so don't fool me.
Yeah, I think originally it was going to be requested 49.5, and I knew full well to begin with I wasn't going to run that, and then they said 50.5, and I was like, "Oh, still might be be the end of my measure." But it was good. It was a good little season opener, my quickest ever season opener over 800. So hopefully it's a good sign for the year to come.
We spoke about the depth of the race as well, and so many quality athletes out there, and that's why we expected not only a first fast lap but a fast race. Was it the perfect race to step back into after so much time off the track, or would you have liked a little settler, even though it's working in your favour?
Depends what type of fitness I'm in. I mean, if I was unfit, I definitely don't want to go into a field like that, because I would have been reaching the whole way, and then I probably would have ended up running 150 or something like that. So with the circumstances, considering that I was fit and I've had a season opener over 1500, it ended up being perfect. So I would like to be a little bit sharper over the first 200, specifically probably the first 50, but hopefully I got things to work with up until Nationals and then the international European season.
Well, considering your probably last 200, 800s, if you go from the Com Games and this one, it's that 600 to 700 just seems to be where you've really made those moves. Is that something you've been working on? Obviously, when you get to heats in World Championships, there's going to be a kick down. Is that something you've been working on?
Not by design. I think just naturally, as a 1500 metre runner, the tail end of a 800 should be my strongest point. I could probably only run about maybe 47, 48 seconds, where those guys can run, Joe could probably run a 44, 45 soon. So I have to be strong in the tail end. So I'd like to be a bit further up the first lap, but I just can't get there. So it's just the way that my training makes me run those 800s.
Were you surprised? That was your second fastest time ever over the 800 metres. Were you surprised of that coming in?
Yeah, when we were talking, like when the race was getting hyped up, I thought, wow, there's a chance we might be able to run, 144, maybe close to the Australian record or something like that. But when you look at it on paper, it's a lot easier to do it. I mean, it looks easier than actually going out and doing it. But then you finish the race and you run the time and you had a look 145.5, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty impressive. And not to mention it's season opener, and it's my second quickest time. So.
And we dragged two other guys through under 146. Jai Perrick did a PB, Mason Cohen. So it's not like it was a slow race. The other guys, everyone got dragged through, and I guess that helps our depth in the 800. Yeah,
exactly. And I think the 800 is becoming a really quality race and quality event. We've been pretty good domestically, but at the World Champs and the Olympic Games, we haven't been super strong. So hopefully, with the crop coming through, we're able to make finals. Definitely, hopefully, make semis, and just get it a lot better quality on a higher level. Yeah.
Do you have a favourite event? Is it the 8 or the 15, or don't matter?
I haven't quite got one yet. I still feel like I've got unfinished business over the 800, and I've still got unfinished business over the 1500. So I'm fully aware that at a championship you probably have to pick one, and I know that you got to put all your eggs in one basket and go for one event. But I still don't know which one.
So when you say that, do you mean the World Championship and the Olympic Games over the next 18 months, or do you mean a little bit, are you expected, or is someone expecting you to make a decision in the next short term around the two events?
I just think for me personally, my approach should be that for the World Champs and for the Olympics, I should be focusing on one event. Mm-hmm. For the Commonwealth Games, I focus purely on the 800, but I got selected in the 1500, and that was in the second part of the program, so that's why it worked out well for me. But for the for the World Champs and Olympics, I think I'm just going to have to pick just one and put 100% effort into just one event.
And do you have a time, at least a date? Do you think you'd have to put your hand up and make that decision, or you just still roll through and see what happens?
I feel like I'm going to have to come to a bit of a D-Day in the next couple of days or the next week or so.
If you struggle, Linton, I can just flip a coin for you, mate.
We'll make it here if you want.
Yeah, well, I think the nationals for the 8 and the 15 are going to be pretty cutthroat. So selection time come Doha, the nationals are probably going to have a big part to play with that. So I've got a lot of thinking to do over the next 2 weeks or a week or so, and specifically over the next 5 months. So,
how do you reckon you go over the 2 laps, Jack? You ever thought about maybe just stepping
up? Mate, I don't know. I've split a 34 something in training over 300, but I couldn't go further than that.
Well, when you see the long distance and the middle distance athletes training, do you just think to yourself, I'm glad that I'm still...
Oh, yeah, mate. Funny story, actually. My first ever training session in Melbourne. So I'd have sessions like, 380s, and I'd go home. Mm-hmm. Not sure if you guys know Adam Larkham, but he's pretty crazy. I rocked out at the track and he's like, all right, 400, 300, 200, 100 off 4 minutes. And I was just like, mate, what do you expect? I think I went through, 400 was like a bit of a jog, and then it was 35 second 300, and then the 200 was 32 seconds. So I was like, 10 yeah, it wasn't good. It was not good at all.
Luke, Jack, we're going to talk a little more about you as well as we head towards a weekend in Queensland. This is AthsTV.